So in this video we're just going to literally look over the menu, the interface, that kind of thing. I've had quite a few questions people have asked for about the new interface. They're a little confused by it, and it's totally understandable. I'm no expert on it myself, and things don't take this literally, the video. I mean, it's just a general guide, as things are subject to change. You know, they might change one thing to another day from day, and then my information is going to be inaccurate. So we'll start. Let's take a look. We've got an annoying outlaw. Always get him in here running around shooting. Right. Okay. So we'll start with equipment. This is basically your character, obviously, and these you pick up in missions. You'll see them on the mission. When you bring up a mission, you'll see it on the front what you get, or not exactly what you get, but what you can get, as in a brooch, an amulet, a ring. They all add extra damage or defense, or you see here health modifier, base damage. That's basically this stuff here. The more of this, the more powerful you get, the more damage you can take, the more your companion's a little thing which flies around you. I've got mine invisible just so it's not an annoyance. I know you can understand if you're in a raid with 10 people and everybody's got this thing flying around, it just gets very confusing. So yeah, so we'll look at these more when we come across to the mission section. And these as well, again, they're just modifiers. This is quite important. You can buy these from the shop. It's health, basically. You can use one in the middle of a fight. It'll give you 35% health back. Things again can change depending on buffs and things you have. And it's got a 2-minute cooldown, so you don't use them all the time. You just use it if you're literally getting hammered in the game, and you can just save yourself. These, a lot of people ask about these, how they bring people back to life. That's how you do it. You use these. They have a long cooldown though, and basically when somebody dies at the end as well, when the match is over, you can bring them back without them having to spawn miles away and run all the way. And that's just fireworks from an event. Right, and here's all your classes. This is a question you see a lot come up in the chat. How do I change my class? Well, you just click on that and hit change class. It's simple. This again is to do with, you like this one here, you see it's health bonus. Now well, I've clicked on it. I've got different ones in my, this is in my bag. They all do something different. You just basically pick what you want. Like this. There's a whole, what's it, every strike against a target at full health inflicts twice as much damage. First strike in a fight from any target does not inflict damage to you. So you've got that, or you've got like this one. You're immune to slowing and mobilizing effects. All depends what you're doing really. But they're in a grid. You can pick, you can change it out like that. And that's basically for if you decide to go into PvP or PvE, you can switch out to whichever one you want, or whichever class you're using. Right, so there's your interface. That's your prestige. That's how many credits you got, and that's the Argents for now. Right, into the bag. So this is a bag, pretty straightforward bag, slots. You unlock slots with 15,000 credits yet, so you can unlock slots if you want. All of these things are for your adepts. You pick them up, and when you send your adepts out, as you see there, that's 5 to perception, 3 to wisdom, 2 to charisma. I'll explain that a bit more when we get to it, when we get to the adepts. Here's the bits you just saw. Yeah, these are all the same. These are weapons that I've got. I've got given these when they switched over, because when you were, whatever rank you were, they gave you a better weapon. So we've got what would be elite ones, and this for all the different classes. I've actually sold off some of them because I won't use some of them. And these are things you pick up in orbs when you go around the levels, particularly these ones. Sometimes you'll make one of these and it'll make some of these, or it'll make a chest, then you get credits. These ones make very good chests which you can get Victor's medals in. I think you can get Argents as well, although don't quote me on that. Like I say, things may change from what I'm saying right now. Abilities. I haven't really delved into this too much because they simplified it. Originally you would pick your abilities. Now they're kind of just here, and I really don't know. I think when you do like the atlases things that I'll show you after, you'll get more, or you can unlock them somehow. I don't know at the moment. I'm just going with what they give me at the moment. Like I say, they have made it it's supposed to be simpler. But this is the Alchemist you can see here. I mean, you've got Bioshock, you throw that, it just does a lot of damage. That's Stimulant, which you put on your friends basically, makes them stronger. That's Energy Shower, that gives a boost to damage, I think. This is Heal, this is got a long cooldown at 8 minutes, so you save that one till everybody's damaged or very important characters damaged, and then you use it to try and save their lives. And you can put shields on yourself and you can put shields on your characters, and this is all with the Alch. And you'll see with different things, you got this one, the Paladin with its Holy Ground and different thing, Berserker. The Gunner's one I use quite a lot because it's sort of can multitask, you might say. And again, it's got missiles, it's got shield. This is quite a useful one, Teleport. If you ever get stuck anywhere in the game, in the map, change your character to Gunner and just use Teleport and teleport yourself out of where you're stuck. And in most cases it works. Occasionally not, but most cases it will work. That's your clothes. Basically you'll collect these through missions, you can buy them in the shop, you can do all sorts. That's the companion there. We've got two different types. We've got this one equipped at the moment, there's another one. And like I say, visibility, you can just turn it off. Stories, well this is story mode. We'll be getting back onto this very soon. This is open now, so I will start following the story. Okay, let's go to this one. This is quite the important one now. That confuses a lot of people, even confuses me at times. So we'll start with distortions. This is distortions. You do it as a Pantheon group. They're incredibly hard at the moment. I don't know if they're all going to be hard, as in, like, these are the Ocean Ads. I've only seen the 2 open so far. Maybe another class will be easier, I don't know. But at the moment I can't do these. The old ones you could do, the new ones, nah. And the thing is, if you are able to do these, then you don't need to be watching this video about all the details of this stuff, because you already know it. Right, now this one, this is important. This here basically increases damage against each... oh, I've lost it. Look. Against each of these. You've got Mechanoids, Phyto, Reapers, Gorgonites, Demons. Now you see Demons is fairly empty. Now I've got a lot because when I was in the old Skyforge, it's basically the atlases for the class, for each class. That's what this is. This is the newer version. It's just looks a bit different. So you do all these, whatever it wants you to do. You eliminate Ocean Ads. You've got to use this class, and when you've done 50 of them, that'll tick off. And you do the same with this one, which is basically Ocean Incubator. I've got to complete it, and sometimes you need to get an S or an A or whatever to complete it. Then when those 2 are full, you'll get 2 on here. So it's 1 for each one of these basically, till you get to here. Then that will give you maximum health is increased by 5%, and then you start again with the next one. But as you get to here, this will turn into 8. So I think it's like, I'm not sure if it's 4, 6, 8 maybe. I know this is 6 and then it's 8, but I had these already so I couldn't tell you. But you'll see they do different things. This is damage taken from Ocean Ads is reduced. This is damage to Ocean Ads is increased. Damage is dealt is increased by 5%. So it all makes you stronger, and it also puts combat superiority up, which I believe is when you do the invasions, you get stronger. So obviously if you're fighting avatars, you want this really high as you can get it. But as you can see, we filled the mechanoid one up. But like I said, we had a lot before we came in. Same here. This is a lot of grinding basically. You receive quests. This is like what used to be Eidis's. Now, each day with this you'll get one each day. I haven't done it for a few days, so I've got 3 there. And you basically, each time you get an invasion, you will get these 1 a day for these invasions if you don't have any. I had a bunch already, so obviously when we got to these I could fill up or work on these because I had what was the Eidis's. The demons I didn't, and as you can see I've got 0, but until the invasion starts I can't get these, so I can't do anything with this until the invasion starts, as far as I know. So we'll come out of that. That's, like I say, your old atlases for your the different groups that you're fighting. The altar, this just gives you free stuff, basically free. You can see we can take offerings here, get 15. That's the value of the offering. I think the value goes up when you get more experience. We just got 58 argents and 15 or 1,500 credits. And there's a few more, but I'm not going to bother with those for now. Templar Deeds. This used to be the old God Atlases. I'll go to one I haven't done. There we go. Basically, when you fight the Avatar, you'll get this. A bit like when you used to fight the old Avatars. You used to get a book. Well, now you get an Avatar trophy. That trophy then unlocks this, and then you use, I think it's Divine Deeds, to rank up these. And again, it's probably the same system as what I just showed you with the other thing. And it'll do various things. Yeah, that was a bit of a tricky one. Yeah, you have to read through them all. There's a lot. Here's a simple one. Critical damage is increased by 15% for each level of this bonus. So it basically does things for your god, makes your god a lot stronger, makes maybe cheaper to turn into god. God of Travels, that's the one you want to get. I think you get a book for that one actually. I think this one, I think you buy a book in the shop. We'll have a look after. And yeah, you just get different things which increases your abilities. God of Hunt, like this will boost your fury, make you much stronger when you use your ultimates. Yeah, they've done the same with this one because this one used to be slightly different. God of War, so it's just basically stats, but you need to get these, which means you need to, as far as I know, you've got to fight the avatars for them. The fighting avatars, not easy, so it could take a while to get these. Like I say, the book, the God of Travels, I think you get a book for, so it gets you going. So you start with that one, I believe. And then after that, in the old one, I would have advised you go for Hunt and Authority. But it's entirely up to you how you want to play it. Hunt is good for killing bosses, basically. Right, you might see quite a few cuts in this video because got a bit of a chest infection at the moment, so when I have coughing fits I have to keep stopping. But we'll go on to the cathedral. Now, cathedral will give you a little bit of might. I think it gives you a lot of might when you fill all these up, although I'm not sure because I haven't actually got that far, but that's my understanding. You do all these, when you get to this one and finish it, it'll give you a big boost of might. But like I say, that's only what I'm sort of saying as far as I know. I could be wrong and they might change it. So what you do is you use, I think you just use credits on this one. But don't be deceived, that's a 250,000 or whatever. Once you click on that, this will next will be 300, 500,000, 400,000, who knows. It goes up. By the time you get to here, it's, I don't know, it's 2 million or something by the time you get up there somewhere. So each time it gets more and more expensive. It'll start off sort of 30,000, then it'll end up being this much here. By the time you get to here, it'll be a few million you have to pay. So it's a grind because you've got 13 of them, and each one is, I think, 13 probably. So it'll take a long. I think when I did this one, it was 1.5 million or something like that to finish that one. But again, I already had up to sort of here somewhere, so I haven't got that far with them because, like I say, it's just a lot of credits, a lot of grinding. But it'll basically give you might, a little, just a little bit, but it all helps. And then we come to this one. Now this one's probably one of the most important ones, especially if you're starting out, because this will give you much more might quicker, kind of thing. But what you need is let me just check what it's called again. It's knowledge of something. You need valuables, resources, knowledge of enemies, I think it is. So basically you save this up. You get this all the time when you're killing stuff from the orbs. You just keep collecting it. You'll get it from events. If you do the daily operations, you can get it if you come in the top 10, top 20, that kind of thing. So you can get this pretty much all the time, depending on amounts. Like I say, if you do the ops, you can get 2,000 or so. If you're just picking up in orbs, you'll just get sort of 1 or 2, 3 or 4, 5 sometimes. And then what you do is you use that here. Either before or after, I can't remember. But basically you I don't have enough to conduct the research. When I do, I conduct the research, then it'll switch to those knowledge here. And you'll use up, I don't know, 50,000, 100,000, whatever of this. And then you pay that much, and then you'll get that. So it takes quite a long time again. And it'll give you a might boost. Now that might boost will bang your prestige up. So if you want to get your prestige up, this is one way to do it. Give yourself, you know, it's not going to be massive, but it will give you a decent chunk here to get you up a little bit further. But obviously, you know, again, you need the credits, you need the knowledge, and you're going to have to grind or work on it to get it. They're not just going to give it to you. So that's an important one, like I say, if you want to get your prestige up, as far as I'm concerned anyway. I mean, that one does it, but it's very slow. I think at the end, like I say, you might get a bigger boost, but don't quote me on that. I could be completely wrong. So this one, now this one will give you a big boost once you get further into it. Now you see there's different ones here. This again gives you might, give you 3%, it gives you 1,982 might. The next one, I personally would go for Bastions, which is this one. If you look here, you got 2016, you got 2015 as well. Now I just actually got one the other day, which was this one. I think it's this one, and it basically gave me 3,000, nearly 4,000 might. Did it? No, that can't be right. Anyway, it'll give you a might boost, and it basically put this up by 300,000, I think. So it's a big deal, and the higher you go with these, they get a lot more expensive, but you'll get a much higher boost. Though you'll need it, because as this gets bigger, a bigger boost here doesn't equate to such a big boost here, but when you're like a lower, it'll give you a bigger boost. I think when I first started and I had 3 million, 4 million, and I used one of these and it gave me like 600,000 or something boost. So these are very important, but you need the Victor's medals, and how you go about getting those is entirely up to you. I think you can buy them in the shop. Let's go to the shop quickly actually, just to check these things out. Yeah, you can buy them with Argents. You can buy Argents. Let me have a look. Can you buy Argents? Yeah, you can buy Argents. You've got to do it with real money, I think. Yeah, basically. If you want to go that route, you can go that route and buy them, or you can earn these things in game. There's various ways and means of getting Victor's medals. Sometimes you get them in those chests on drops. You can get them events. Here, this is the event which is running it currently. Now I've got it to here, so I basically picked up 6,000 there, and I picked up 2,000 there. If you can get to there, good luck. I I'm not going to get there basically. We've got 1 day, 23 hours left. That's as far as I can go, because again you send these things and then use stims to like shorten the time, because this will take 8 hours. Once you click this, it'll be 8 hours before it finishes. Or you can do it again with Argent. So again, you can pay your way up if you want, but it's up to you. If you don't have the money, you don't have to. You can get here without buying Argents basically, or even here. I mean, 2,000. You get a 3-day premium there, so you can get yourself some extra credits and things as you do missions. It will give you twice as much in some of the things you do, and you've got credits and knowledge as well. Again, there's 2,000 there. That'll help you boost up stuff. Right, let's go back here. So yeah, this is an important one. Like I say, if you did that event and you got the 2,000, you could get one of these. It won't give you a huge thing, but like I say, when you're, for me it's not huge, but when you're lower prestige, it's a fair amount. So, you know, and each time you get one of these, the next time it'll go up to here. It goes 2,000, 6,000, 12,000, 20,000 as far as I can remember. So you'll at least get, like, you can click away on some of these. I think you can actually get mounts as well here. I think if you, like this, if you complete that, it's 28,000. If you click that one, it'll get you that mount. And I think you get mounts on these, although I don't know for sure, so I've never filled them. I've only ever done the deed, this one, and well, I've got ones in here which I was just messing around with, but this one, the bastions, should I say? I'm saying deeds, bastions. Do the bastions. They, as far as I know, they probably give you the best deal out of all of these. The bastions will give you probably the most might, so go with those. Right, so that's that covered. So yeah, so that one, and that one is to do with might. So you'll have to experiment yourselves. I mean, it depends how far you are with these. Like if you're all the way up here, then go for it. But if you're up here, you know, I'd take it up in time, because it will use a lot of credits. But definitely that one, because you're going to get that, and definitely that one once you get the victor's medals. Put them into this. Right, so that's that done. This is just Pantheon. This is a Pantheon we're in at the moment. Troll Patrol. Don't ask, I didn't name it. But if you want to join us, we are accepting members. We don't have a huge amount of people at the moment, but we've got quite a solid base. Everybody's very friendly. When you come in, if you need help, there's always somebody that will help, and you know, we'll help you get to your divine, although most of that you've got to do yourself. But you know, once we'll take you on missions and that, and get you decent loot. You know, you don't just be abandoned like some Pantheons will just ignore you if you're fairly new. Everybody comes on. If we can take you, if your prestige is too low, sometimes you can't go. Once you get through all the mission stuff, it's about 30,000 prestige, then we can take you on most things. There's a few things we can't, but we'll drag you along through tougher missions and help you get through them to get the loot, and that'll upgrade you quicker, that kind of thing. And this is the academy, and the academy is pretty much full all the time. So we're trying to get up to the next level, which will give us another 10 slots in the academy. Because the academy, if you come into the academy and you're new, it'll give you lots of little bonuses and perks and things. So, and then this is the test area, which we actually did the other day. We're currently in 15th. We get this is for the Pantheon. We'll get construction resources if we hold this position. Unfortunately, at the moment, I think there's only 2 of us that have done it. You do it as a group. Yeah, you can see there, she's myself. We've only done it, and we need another 3 people to do it, because it'll take the top 5 scorers to get points. So you'll see, like below us, there's other Pantheons here that I've been in, and even sort of lower grade people have managed to scrape out 40 points. You know, that person's, only one person's done it. That's two. These are probably because they're smaller pantheons, but you'll see these are the biggest pantheons up here. I mean, like that one, everybody knows that one. And you got your top players doing that, so I think we're doing alright though, considering we'll probably drop down a bit further, but it's 4K all the way down to 21, so I'm sure we'll get 4K of building resources. And those building resources, where am I? Yeah, they're down here. Collective here. This is Pantheon, and you'll see here to upgrade the Pantheon we need 25 million. We've got 6 so far, so building resources again. That's how many you need, and that's what we've got. So we're alright. Right, let's come out of that. That's just a map. Just when you're in an area, just click on it. That's your shop. Stems, that's fast forwards the events. They had another use and I can't think what it is at this very minute. Oh, you can skip missions. We'll get to that in a minute. You can buy this. I wouldn't bother though. It'll cost you a fortune, but if you're one of these players that just likes to pay your way through and, you know, get yourself up as much as you can by paying cash, you can do it this way. It's going to cost you an awful lot though. But that's how they make their money. And if they don't make any money, there wouldn't be a game, so you can sell stuff. It's for credits or for, well, I can sell these for these, but I don't because these are important. This is a divine amulet. I'm holding on to this because I picked it up somewhere, and you could store faith in it, and faith is important. And I don't know what that is. I've never used it. Right, this is the event. Now, on the event, we can just, this basically speaks for itself. These come up every so often, and they're a bit of fun, really. Right, the adepts. This is an important one again. This is how you get faith now. You can see that they're all on a journey. I think you see here, this is how much energy they got left. When you send these on journeys, let them run their course if you can, unless you really need the faith. Like this one's almost finished. This one isn't actually a good one to show, but it's 49 faith. But sometimes I can get over 300 faith, and that's what you need to turn to God. So yeah, they're all pretty low, but some of them haven't been out excessively long. But you add these things to them, which they'll collect on the missions, like you'll see here. There's 3 of them, although these are greens. I'll get rid of these because I've got all blues and pinks now, which are higher. But you'll see here, it's perception, wisdom, and intelligence. Now you'll have a graph with each one of these, which shows you what they're good in. Now at the moment, I don't know for sure, but it doesn't seem to make any difference when they're collecting stuff. These stats, whether that will change in the future, I don't know. But at the moment, I haven't found any particular one that's good for getting faith or getting credit. It just seems very random at the moment. Maybe it is. Maybe they'll sort the stat thing out later on. But no, definitely add these because it does make a difference. You will get more. That's for sure. And yeah, like I say, let them run their course if you can. Let them go all the way down. Then they'll have to rest for however long. Then you send them back out and they'll collect, and like I say, you get credits. You can get these things which boost them, and the faith is the most important because you need it to turn into gods. Transport, I don't actually have a mount. I did have a temporary one, but apart from that I've never bothered. You can get by without one. They can be useful in certain situations where you've got to cover long distances, but so far I've been fine without one. So if you don't want to spend the credits or whatever it costs for them, you don't need one straight away. And I mean, I do actually have one. I have, is it that one? No, that one. No, I don't have that one. I think no, actually it's, I don't know. It could be these two. I do have one, whatever, but it's broken and it costs almost as much to buy a new one, so I've never bothered to fix it. This is chat. Again, straightforward chat. There's another test area here. This is like the one I showed you where you get the construction for the Pantheon. That's the Pantheon one. This is the solo one. You can go in groups, but it ranks you on individual performance. And basically, I think you can get Victor's medals here when you complete a wave. And if you get the top spots, you get these, which come with all sorts of goodies. Like this one's got 1,000 Argents. It's got a Storm Pegasus, so it's got a mount in it. But that's from 1 to 5, 6 to 300, and 300 to 1,000. But it's very, very hard. And if you're a new player, you probably won't be doing this to start with. You might do, but it is really, really difficult. It's just waves, basically. And if you complete a wave, then you get points. And you can see that the points aren't that high, really, for the amount of waves cleared. That's how difficult it is.